What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to talk to you quick about AMC. There's something weird going on with my green screen. I don't know. It's just very, very weird. But we need to talk about AMC a little bit, break all of this stuff down. What happened today? What happened yesterday? What's going to happen for the future? Can we see the squeeze happening soon? Are we going to see a large increase next week? Well, before I get started in this, make sure you guys hit that like button, also hit the subscribe button, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. It does help the channel out as well. Also, if you want to join as a member, there's a membership join button right near the subscribe button and my Discord group. But we're going to talk about AMC a little bit. We need to understand the volume and everything that has to, everything that has to be known about AMC. So let's start with the Fintel numbers. You can see that yesterday's data, not today. I'll make sure to give you what today's data is. I'm really interested to see what the short volume is for today. But as of Thursday, you could see the short volume was 81.5 million shares. That's about 28% of the overall volume for AMC that day. The AMC had a huge day when it came to volume, had 296 million shares worth of volume. So seeing 81.5 million just knows that they're trying to, you can just tell that they're trying to keep us down. They're trying to push us down, give us, no type of, way to increase or path to increase. And it sucks when they continue to double, triple, quadruple down, do as much as they can in order to push us down. And they don't want to realize that they just lost. I mean, they did. They lost, and they're going to continue to lose. We're going to continue to hold. They think that people are going to give up. The mass, mass majority of people are going to hold on to their position, especially with the people that are holding more shares. So people that are holding 1,000, 2,000 shares, we're going to be holding on to this position. So thinking that this is going to matter, that you're just going to keep trying to, prolong the inevitable is ridiculous. So just let it go, hedge funds. If you're watching any of these channels and you somehow stumble across mine, just let it go. Let it go and let us win, because we won. I mean, you're just making it worse on yourself. If you end up being stubborn, it's going to be a whole nother 2008 situation. We don't want that. So we obviously just want the retail traders, the small guys, the little people to make money. You guys have so much money, and I know they're not listening, but you guys have so much money that it doesn't even matter to you if you end up losing something like this, because you'll get bailed out. But anyways, 28% short volume. You could see that we have 0 short shares available, which is huge, and the short borrow fee rate is not showing up. Last I seen, it was like 70%. So that's definitely a different number than what we've seen previous to this. I think it was like, what was it? It was like 80% or something. So it's still high, but I don't know where it is when it comes to Ortex data. I know Ortex, they were saying, has more accurate data when it comes to that. But let's look at the actual chart and what happened today. So we can see in the, what I'm looking at here is the 1 month view. So this is a 1 month view of AMC, and I wanted to point out what we can see and what the prediction will be. So obviously you can see over these last few days, we've seen a number of days that were increasing. Whether it was small increases or large increases, we've seen majority of the large increases happen in the last 2 days or the last 1 day, really. We were kind of flat today, but you can see that we had all of this increase as these days went on. It wasn't a huge increase. We had a couple of days where it spiked in the pre-market, but most times it was like a little bit flat, a couple of days that were increasing, maybe a couple of percent. But then we had this day in the pre-market where we jumped up to $11, I believe, $11.50, fell down a little bit, started to level out, and we increased a crazy amount. Here. Now, what I wanted to point out was what happened in the last, couple of days, right? You see this large increase in where we did decrease here. And then we increased over the pre-market, the after hours market, and even in the beginning of the day before we were kind of taken down by the hedge funds. Now, what we can take as a positive out of this, instead of just looking at this as, oh, they're bringing us back down to earth and they're not going to give us anything, we could take this as a positive, looking at a major bull flag here. And we can see this large flagpole here, this consolidation. And once we end up seeing that large green candlestick to end up indicating that we're on, we're going to be running with this, it's going to skyrocket from there. Now, I don't know if this will be the squeeze, but it's definitely showing something of a clear sign that we're going to, skyrocket here. Unless they decide to, short the hell out of this thing, it's going to be something really, really big here. So that's what I wanted to point out here. I wanted to point that out just to see what did happen, or what I predict for the future could happen maybe next week, or I would hope it's going to be next week. If we're going to see any type of increase after that, it would be consolidation after next week. Or we can actually see it maybe go into the week after that with a larger consolidation. But typically, consolidation will happen, which it did over this last day. You might see it over that day, but then once we start getting further in the week, we'll see that increase. So let's go into what happened today. And, let me delete this just so you could see it. So here we go. Today we seen it actually decrease from the start, which I called that we would see a decrease right away. It did start to recover right away. After this large decrease that we've seen, it did start to recover, but then the shorts just wanted to bring us down. I mean, we could see the volume that we were seeing right in the beginning. In the pre-market, we had about 5 million shares worth of volume. In the first 30 minutes, I think it was like 50 million or something. We've had a lot of movement in the first 30 minutes of the market opening. And in the pre-market, it was absolutely insane, which the numbers did vary when it came to Webull versus Fidelity. But then as they opened, it started to match up. So it was around 5 million shares worth of volume in the pre-market, but then it just dropped down significantly. Completely dropped down with not too many walls that were in place. It was completely dropping down. Now, as we started to see maybe a couple of minutes into it, you could see that the I guess it was computers that were strategically placing a lot of sells. So when you read these books and talk about how computers control the market and how they control certain stocks, so different algorithms actually control stocks and how they're traded. If people are trading at a high volume at certain prices, the computer will place it at those prices in order to beat them at those prices. And if you beat them at those prices, anything in between there, you end up beating them as well. And now you're bringing that price the right way, whatever way you want it. So if you are a hedge fund and you want it to increase, you can make it increase. If you're a hedge fund and you want it to decrease, you can make it decrease. So this is what they manipulate stocks with. And this is going to be something that's heavily traded by these computers, by these black boxes. And that's what we were seeing, is that they were all placed in areas to where buys were being sold, or buys were being, placed. So you see all of these bids that were going in, but then you've seen asks that were going in as well. So it was a little bit tricky. As I started to look at that, I was just like, this is weird. I mean, I've seen it before from AMC, but it just shows that there's clear manipulation. We're creating, certain patterns that aren't really flowing through. But as we did drop down to 1274, we started to increase. It started to end up being a positive day, getting all the way up to 1430, which was really, really good. Seeing this positive movement here, started to level out. Looking like we were going to create another, a bull flag here. Ended up, consolidating, having that large green candlestick, showing that increase there. But then this large number of sells decided to take us down, and started to consolidate even more to where it started to fall. And a lot of things started to fall. It wasn't just AMC. A lot of things started to fall. And we've seen this selling pressure to where people were selling. Now, you do see day traders and swing traders that are selling, but most likely it's not going to be that much of an effect, especially when people have, for swing traders, no, because swing traders know the possibility even holding overnight. For day traders, they get out of the position whenever they feel like getting out of the position because they don't want to hold overnight. So for swing traders, they should have been holding on. So a small portion would have been day traders, but you did see this drop down a significant amount where it closed at $12.98. What I thought was pretty interesting was right before it opened. This was literally right before it opened. So I think it was like 9:29. I was trying to think of the time, 9:29, and it decided to decrease heavily before it opened, and then started to increase a little bit. You saw the selling power after we had this larger increase here. From this bottom, we had a pretty decent increase, and it was just full manipulation. Today's volume was 206 million. I don't want to put this video on for too long. I don't want to make it like crazy, but we have 206 million shares worth of volume. The high today was 1434, so it was a pretty good day when it comes to high to low volume. It's just I can't really see how this overall situation is working that way. Complete, fall off from these high points after creating this much buying strength. You're telling me it's falling off that much, showing that it's breaking past other support levels in the day. That's absolutely ridiculous. Breaking past previous lows at that much buying strength. Yeah, no, that's not happening. So you can tell that it's being manipulated, but either way, we're in it, for the long haul. However long they plan on holding on to this is just going to create a bigger and bigger bubble for them. So let me know what you think about the overall situation and where we stand. I think we're in a good spot. But make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links in the description. If you want to join the Discord group, do that. Or if you want to join as a channel member, do that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.